dispatch trainer Antoine West here with one of my best students, Laquan West. You know, no relation, but he also has one of the best last names out there. So here with Laquan West, he made $20,000 within 3 weeks of joining my enhanced freight dispatching training. Right, so $20,000
Yes, sir.
of joining the training. And he has, how many clients do you have now? How many trucks you dispatching for your
Oh
company, Laquan?
man, I got a fleet of 20. I got a fleet of 8. Um, and I probably got like 5 to 6 just other guys. So it's big now. It's actually
Okay.
big.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we,
it
we talking like maybe like 40 something trucks, like high
20,
30.
28, 28, probably like around 32, 33 ish.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay. And
Yeah,
so
it's so
total,
crazy. I haven't even kept count since I just got that big contract last week, and like I said, they've been passing the drivers slowly. So
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So yep, slowly getting past drivers. So let's start it from square one. Hey Quan, tell them how do you have any prior experience or what was your experience before starting your own freight dispatch company?
I had no experience about freight dispatching, honestly, none at all. I knew about trucks, semi trucks though, because my father was a semi truck driver. But he was just a truck driver. He didn't never show me the business side of it, even when he used to do his paperwork, his bills and whatever. I didn't never know what he was doing, but I knew about semi trucks since I was able to walk and talk.
Okay.
I was around semi trucks, so
Been around
that's
semi trucks,
yeah,
right?
that's it. But the dispatching part and the market and like all the business with it, I learned it off Antonio.
Yep.
Antonio.
Thanks.
Yes,
So
sir. No, I
yep.
thank
So
you. I
it's mainly the
appreciate you.
marketing part.
Yeah. The marketing part, it was also from you, from your on the from your site, the program I brought from you. Yeah. The marketing
Yep.
part also, I don't know nothing about professional marketing. Um, I'm learning more and more every day, but the little I took off and ran from was from you.
Got you. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So, like you said, your father was in trucking, but no CDL, nothing, no prior truck driving experience or anything like that before starting
No,
your freight dispatch company, right?
no, bro. No, no, no. I'm still driving on the ticket. That's the
Yep.
not even driving. I don't. Let me rephrase that. I don't even supposed to be driving.
Eh,
But yeah, but I that's what I. But I still sit down and send trucks places,
Yep.
bro.
So if you guys just stick around, what I want you guys to do is listen to Quan's story as he tells his story. And for me as a business person, when I hear someone making money, I like to listen to their story, and you can get the clues in the story, right? So basically, I know if somebody's making money in any business as they tell their story, I can hear certain clues to see really what made them successful. So Quan's about to tell his story here in a minute, and I want you guys to really listen in to get the clues of what made him successful. Because honestly, how I feel like it's a lot of information out there about freight dispatching. There's a lot of free information. Plenty of information on YouTube, plenty of information on social media. But what I want you guys to realize when it comes to being successful in business, if the free information made you successful, everyone would be successful, right? Or sometimes the free information can make you successful, but it's the way you look at it, right?
It's not gonna
So,
give you all.
what's that, Quan?
It's not gonna give you all because I used to listen to a lot of freight dispatch. Even before I started freight dispatching, I used to listen to you way before that. I used to listen to a lot of other guys, but I never got it all until I went through your program.
Okay. Well, we ain't gonna keep you guys waiting. We gonna get right into what you guys want to hear. And I want to hear it again too. I heard it a couple times, but I love hearing it every time. I want to hear how, and just like what you guys want to hear, how Quan made $20,000 in those 3 weeks. So Quan, if you tell us like about how you got started, how it was in the beginning, just basically your entire story, your entire experience from beginning to end.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Far as I can remember, I'm gonna tell you. So basically, after I did the training, I took care of every thing that you said. I went and found a name for myself, like everybody do. So it's first that you decide. And then I got my logo, of course. Then I start paying people to make. I paid a person to make one flyer that I didn't like, and from there I started going to PixArt and making my own flyers, which was somewhat better. They was like this. They way different now. They look way better now, but they was like this. I made this one. The one that I brought, it was horrible, very horrible. That's like different little things. Also too, I went and got a lot of yard signs. I had some way bigger than this. Like this one cost like $30. But I'm telling you, I had like a car trunk full of these. And I went from here from I went from Chicago, Illinois, to Cedar Point, Ohio. We was taking my little sister out there to Cedar Point because they got one of the biggest amusement park, well, the biggest amusement park in the world, I think. I mean, not in the country, I think. I'm sorry. Um, but don't quote
And
me
it's
on
funny,
it.
Quan's story is so similar to mine because I already know what he's going to say. And I don't even think he told me this part. I don't know if you have, but it seems like you're going to say you went from, like you said, Chicago, Illinois, you went over to Ohio, and you were probably passing out flyers at the truck stops when you were on a trip or doing something like that.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm funny with it, bro. I'm funny with it. I don't know, cause like I told you, I let me let me rewind. Like I said, I gotta put it in order.
Okay.
But before I went to Ohio, these flights and stuff I had boxes of them, and I got them from Office Max, so I paid top dollar for them because I didn't get them online, where they've been way cheaper and way better. So I got them off Max. I wanted the same day thing. It was like saying, like when I was ready to go, I was ready to go. And I honestly I didn't start dispatching right after I seen the class. After class, it not because of financial reason, anything, or my prior job or nothing, because I wasn't working at the time, honestly. So it was just I got myself prepared. Like I had to get myself prepared. I just do that with myself. I gotta pump myself up. I gotta pump myself up when I ready. And then when I'm ready to take off, I'm ready to take off. Like Hussein Bolt,
Right.
honestly, you know. But I had a friend that works at TA truck stop. I gave him all these flyers to pass. I was paying him like $50 a day to pass out flyers. Like,
So
every
you was
day he
paying
going
your
there with a
friend.
gang of them, and uh, I hope he was passing them out. But I know he was because I got one call from him before. Uh, but me, I personally, I never passed out flights to a direct driver. I go up to him and tell him my business. I gave a couple people my business card and talked to him at the truck stops. But I do crazy things like, bro, like I go in the truck stop bathroom and like cause I had so many flyers, bro. I'm just throwing them around in the bathroom, like on the sinks and stuff. And same thing all over the truck stop. Like when you buy snacks and stuff, it's right there. Somebody might see it. Even with my little business card I had.
Right.
Another thing too, bro. I had to like the paper size flyers.
Hmm.
I put tape on the back of them, put them in the truck stop bathroom.
Right. Yeah. Like you
Right.
said, so
Uh,
just tape.
yeah,
Just
just tape
take
on
your
the
stuff
back
into
up.
the bathroom. That's what I'm trying to say, like about marketing, especially in the beginning of a company, because like you got to get it how you live. You know, like
Yes,
just
sir.
whatever you can do to get your brand out there. So I mean, that's the kind of stuff I was doing when I first started. Like you said, just put in
Yeah,
regular
yeah.
tape and put them in the restroom.
Cause you're trying to get in, somewhere where you fit in. You know, somewhere you just want to cause like you got to think about it, you just start this new company. That's like starting a grocery store. You don't have no customer coming in all day. You know, it's going to discuss you.
Right.
So you want, like I said, when I started feeling like that's when I started doing like everything to get somebody. You know, so I was throwing flights, everything. You know, but like I said, we was on a trip with my little sister and my baby cousins. I was taking them to Cedar Point to the amusement park. So I didn't want to take too much time up at truck stops on the way there, you know. But all the yard signs, these yard signs are from here to Ohio, from Chicago to Cedar Point, Ohio. They I stumped them in the ground. But what got to me, what I realized, only like I said, out of all them flights I brought, and I probably brought like, and these yard signs are not nothing cheap. Like three of these cost $100, you know. And like I said, I had a trunk full. No
Right.
exaggeration,
Right.
no exaggeration. So I realized like I only got one call off of it. So like it was in Ohio, I think I started just putting some stuff on a couple Facebook group. Yeah, because I already had the flyers made, so I started putting them up on them Facebook group. They the flyers in my phone, so I just
So you
uploaded.
said with passing out the flyers at the truck stops and putting yard signs out, you only got one call out of that.
Yes, sir.
And what?
But like I said, nothing get to me. Because get me on this one. When I say this, I wasn't doing like the goodie bags, pass out. The little goodie bags they do, or I wasn't really. I never really, hassle to drive. I just how you doing. Hey, I got my car. If I see them, and when you, but another thing too, when you doing that truck stop there, you got to pay attention to what trucks they get out of. Because everybody majority of them are not owner operators. Majority of them are company drivers. So if you talk to a company driver, you talk to the wrong person, man. Like, he probably could benefit you with somebody else he know, but like just at that point, I was just ready to get some customers, So
Yeah, the point.
I need the source,
Yeah, the
No,
point I want to make, because you was about to get into, you started advertising or leaving posts in Facebook. So the point I want to make, he said that he passed out the business cards at the truck stops on the way to Cedar Point, and even put yard signs out. And you said for
they
three of
all
those
over
yard
Chicago
signs,
and Indiana too.
yeah, yeah. So
No
Illinois,
calls.
Indiana, and
Everybody
Ohio.
saying they see an ad on Facebook or Instagram.
Right. Yep. So basically, you passed out those business cards at the truck stops and put out yard signs. Only got one phone call. But the point I want to make is you kept going, and then you start marketing on Facebook. So that's the point I want to make to the viewers is if one thing doesn't work, you got to keep going. That's the same thing with me when I started my business. Right. At first, what I did at first didn't work, but I had to keep going. Just like now, if I do something that doesn't work, I can't keep sticking around thinking about what didn't work and talking to other people and thinking to myself about what didn't work. I'm thinking about what can work, right? So notice
Facts.
that didn't work for him. He didn't get discouraged. He even how he talked about he's moving straight on. I had to catch him because he's about to move on to Facebook marketing. So I'm like, hold on. So the first thing didn't work, but see, he moving on so fast. But that's like how you got to be. So
Yeah.
you were at Facebook marketing, right?
Yeah. So I ain't getting no call. I got one call off there, bro. Really. N- I'm not saying upsetting me in a mad way, but upsetting me in a more I need to go harder way. You know what I'm saying?
Pushing you
Like,
to go forward.
it turned up that beast in me. Got
So you heard them. Everything that happens to you, use it to make you go forward, right? Like I said,
Yes,
I
sir.
mentor hundreds and thousands of students, right? I have students in a less worse situation than Quan who gave up. Most people are going to give up after that, right? But he didn't give up. So that's the point, right? To really see.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, that's the key to this thing. Don't give up. Even like honestly, I'm not gonna say which one of my fleets because, like I say,
He
but one
might
of
be
my
telling you
fleets, because I said,
the
because I already
story.
gave the number, so I ain't gonna say the number, but I'm gonna say one of my fleets. I was ready to let go, honestly.
And Quan,
Uh,
you remember Quan? You're talking about fleets. That you know what I'm saying. He's
yeah.
saying fleets, right? So you might have to explain even what you mean by fleet. So basically, Quan.
Okay, yeah. You want to explain it? You go ahead,
Well,
Antoine.
well, what I would say he's meaning is, and what I want you guys to get is a lot of people, and as he tells the story, we still got a lot more to go in the story, guys. We still got a lot more that you need to pay attention to, the marketing aspect part of it. But by fleets, a lot of people he ran up on have more than one truck, right? That's correct. So
Yeah,
you're running
yeah.
up on people that have more than one truck. So by meeting one person, you're getting like 5 or 10 trucks. I don't
And,
know. I'll let
and
you tell the story.
two of the fleets I got, that's how exactly how they came. No. To be honest, I'll tell you later in the story. But honestly, I only got two fleets now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, maybe we
no,
need
no,
to
two.
stick when you to the Facebook marketing because I know
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
say you
yeah.
market
But
on
yeah,
Facebook.
because we gonna get off topic.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're right. You're definitely right. But yeah, for the Facebook marketing, and so like I said, what I was saying, it turned up the inner beast in me not seeing nothing off the flyers. So I went to the Facebook market and I did what Antonio said on his videos. You know, go on there and they got all them different groups. They and like even the groups that Antonio showed on, and he told us in the video, it's way more. You know, he's just showing us the top ones. I followed those, but it's way more. Like it's all you gotta do is whatever you feel like dispatching. Box trucks, hot shots, reefers, vans. They got dispatching thing. It's dispatching load board pages, all type of pages. I probably got like 80 in my Facebook groups. But so I went on a couple. Like I think Antonio, I think off Antonio like flatbed life or something like that, or I forgot one. But it was some of those.
So different
Then a
Facebook
box truck
groups
one
to
too.
join. Yep.
Yeah, and I think I did that. And like the next day, I got two. No, so I wasn't in Cedar Point, Ohio when I got my when I did that. I probably was on my way back. But when we came back to Chicago, I was at the lakefront. Me and one of my friends, me and her was at the lakefront or whatever, and my phone just rang, and I answered, like, like it was, I don't know who's calling, It was a customer, a carrier, I would say. She had a box truck, 26 box truck. She so happened to be in Chicago. With her, I never got to do business with her. Honestly, I did. I did. That's because it was me not knowing where to look for box truckloads, and nothing too. She wanted to run locally. I didn't know how important it is. That's nothing to it. If anybody starts starting a dispatching company, once you start making money, start investing money back into your company. I do it, and my thing is load boards. Like I pay for like 7 different load boards a month. Like honestly, like my load board bills for a month is ridiculous. And DAT, I gotta pay 2 of them because my workers can't use mine.
How many dispatchers you have right now?
I'm up to 3 now.
Up to three. Up to three.
Yes, up to 3. I
Okay.
just I just brought one in over.
Okay, and I just want you guys to know he is up to 3 dispatchers right now. And how long have you been in business as a dispatcher?
Um,
Up to
honestly, like
3.
the first, like I said, that first rough thing was probably like 2 to 3 weeks. That first rough thing, just
Right.
passing out that truck stop stuff, and whatever. So, bro, not even two. Well, not even 2.5 months. Now. It's going on probably 3 months now.
So not even 3 months, and he's up to 3 dispatchers. He has 3 dispatchers working for him, about 30 something trucks. I don't know how much. There's no telling how much money he's made by now. He's too busy making money to do
Yeah,
anything else right now.
when it start rolling in like that, bro, you can't. And like today, I just really had to realize that I didn't build this. I supposed to build this guy for 3,500. I just
Yeah. So
like and because like I was letting him pile up for we had something going on. He had a little situation. That's another thing too. I deal with driver situation.
right.
I
So
came out. Another thing too, Antonio, I forgot to tell him. Remember when I first came out, I started with the look 500 sign on.
well, we got
Um,
500 sign on bump there. Okay,
that
he
that
didn't get
was
into
that
it.
was that was, and two, nobody talked about it.
Nobody talked about it. Five
They
hundred dollar sign on bonus.
they didn't talk about it. They didn't bring it to my attention. Like nobody. Like I was bringing to a couple people attention. I'm like, man, I'm tired of telling these people. So I just stopped putting it on posters, and I'm like, whatever. But no, this was out the gate. This is what I tried to start it though. I'm talking about this straight off the gate. This straight off the gate. I tried to start it like this: 500 sign on, rewards program, free raffles, 1 free reserve parking at the truck stop, 1 free truck wash, one free meal
And I
a
remember when
month.
Quan.
And that's monthly.
Right. And I
And
remember when you was telling me, all this that so you were thinking about the UVPs, like I mentioned in my videos, having unique value propositions, something that makes
yes,
your business unique, right? And,
yeah,
and still, so up until this point in the story, I still don't really hear anything working for you. But I know you got those three dispatchers
No.
now, and you got 30 something trucks, and
Yeah.
but like so the people understand. So you
So yeah,
still
let me.
trying to make it. So the thing that worked for you, we still don't really know that yet, right? But
Yeah,
you
no.
still
So
fighting through everything.
yeah, I'm still fighting. I'm fighting right now. So basically, so when I get that first box truck, I'm fighting because, like I said, I was talking about the load boards. I only had one, two, three, um, at that time. Uh, I just thought that's all I needed. Really, I knew about DAT and Truckers Edge, but I'm the type of person. I don't know why I don't go with the crowd. And that's what everybody use. So I'm like, I don't hear everybody talking about one, two, three, but they are listed on Google as one of the best load boards out there. They like the fourth, fifth one, but honestly, they all have their ups and downs.
Right, right.
So that's what I had to learn in this game, this truck industry. All the load boards have their ups and downs. Some load boards are better at this type of freight than that type of freight. Honestly, and just like I say, like they play. They what I want to say they play them cheap them cheap loads in certain
Cheap load. Right,
states and stuff like that on certain load boards, and they don't on certain load boards. It'd be funny, like, cause like now I look at it so much that I know it like the back of my hand.
right.
But like I said, I didn't know nothing about that box truck when the lady called me in Chicago. My first client ever. And I signed on everything, sent the email. She did the agreement, sent it back to me. But she was one thing I can say about the ladies truckers, y'all. The ladies truckers, I love y'all, but y'all are not for none. Y'all have no patience. She was ready to get moving. And one thing I mistaken said to her, that lady, I told her I could get her moving. And I thought I could locally, but I could. It wasn't nothing that I could find for honestly with that 26. That's then I after that I still ain't no, after that I think that same day somebody else called me. But this one was a hot shot, 40 for a hot shot, and he's still around. Um, but
Okay.
he was in a better area though than
Right.
Chicago. Like I said, she wanted to play that Chicago area. Like I'm talking about like the city of Chicago, not
Let's
the
say locally.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like I would tell you guys, some drivers you get, some people are going to want to stay
Very
locally
picky, very picky.
and be picky, and that's going to make it hard on you as a dispatcher. And basically, if you waste your time on that, like that was maybe one of Quan's first clients, if he would have wasted his time on her,
I
he's
let it
taking
go.
time away from marketing and bringing in people through the pipeline, right? So
Yes,
especially
sir.
at the beginning, in the beginning of your business, you want to get people into your business. So Quan, what would you say? Where was the turning point, or what did you do in marketing? What got you up to these 30 trucks,
Oh,
three dispatchers working for you? What
okay,
happened?
yeah. So after I got the hot shot, that was okay, but that wasn't nothing. And even with him at that point, he was using me as a secondary dispatcher.
Okay, so that's just more I talked to you guys about. He was using Quan as a secondary dispatcher. So if I'm dispatching and I can tell an owner operator has multiple dispatchers, I know that's kind of like wasting my time and wasting my money, and it can make things very confusing. So that's why I said just
Because they'll
focus
pop
on
up out of
building.
nowhere wanting to load.
So he come out of nowhere
No,
wanting.
I said they'll pop up out of nowhere wanting to load when you know you used to route planning.
Right. Yeah. So that just sounds like somebody that's going to different dispatchers looking for loads, just seeing what they can find. Right. But as a dispatcher, I know that's going to waste my time because another dispatcher could book him a load while I'm still trying to book him a load. Right. So
Yeah,
I'm going to pay attention to stuff like
and
that
then
and
whoever
move
got the
on.
highest paying loads or whoever could probably get it first, that's what
Right.
he
And I don't
running with.
got
And
time
then,
for
like
that.
you
That's
said,
too
you
not
wasting your time
professional.
looking for loads for this guy,
Right. Right.
for this
Okay.
this
So he didn't
person.
work out. You end up not dispatching him.
No, 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 no. He
Oh,
he's still around. He's still
so
around.
this is still the guy that's still. So at
I
first,
actually took him from his other dispatchers. He had
okay. So
multiple.
eventually he stopped. He just
Yeah,
was using
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it was probably like he was probably. That's when I told you like last time we did our 101 session. I had told you like I probably had loaded like 3, 4 trucks,
Right.
and that was from him because he used to call like once. He used to really do it towards the weekend or the end of the week. Whatever he had going on. But he just saw my loads. the lows I used to find for him was paying different. That's because I followed your strategy, your numbers, on the lows. And and then like you say, every time you call them brokers, they always got some more to offer than they put on a load board.
Right, right. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So the turning point came in after that. So you got to think about I'm playing with him. It's no money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it probably was like $74 in 1 week because he only pulled one load for me. That's probably paying like 700 or whatever. What 800, 900, whatever it was. But it
Sounds
was
like you need some more drivers in the pipeline, and
yeah. I
they
need the
depend on
pipeline.
one driver. Yep.
I just said, you know what? I think I posted one thing, and I was very respectful on all them groups, the groups. Now I've asked anybody that's coming up. It's like everybody on there. So like most of the groups are so disrespectful. It's like, hey, I just say it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's a whole, it is what it is. So I used to post little things, and like other people used to comment on, other dispatchers comment on, like just say I post something, a carrier said they interested in me. Dispatcher come on there before me and put his information there. Oh man, did that start making me mad? Because like I say,
Start making them mad.
so when I felt like that, I'm like, okay, you know what? I've been trying to be respectful, nice on here. I don't go on nobody else's post. Now I just got to. I don't do it no more, but I just got in the phase. It was probably like a week or two. Man, I'm talking about every post come down them groups. I don't care who says something. I'm putting my company there. I don't care.
That's how it gotta be. That's how it
Yeah,
gotta
I'm talking
be.
about like real. Yeah, like I really had to, man, just turn to a gremlin
Hey,
on
that's how
them.
I gotta be. And I tell you
Yeah,
guys from a marketing, go.
no. Just let me say that, and like and a lot of the dispatchers are in the industry, like especially people from other countries. They do it to us the most. So I be looking like, why not? Like why not now?
Market yourself. Yeah, right, right.
Yeah,
So that's one of the hardest things I think for a lot of new business owners when it comes to marketing or sales. I'm not like how I feel like when you marketing your business or you're selling your services, you can't care what nobody thinks.
no, you
Like
can't.
when I got a service or when I'm marketing something, I don't care what nobody thinks, right? These are all my own ideas. Some people can say whatever they want. I could care less,
You
right?
making
But I
money.
don't think a lot of people probably don't have that mentality, right? But it's
No,
just like, but of course, people, and then especially if you put in good ideas or you saying something good, of course, people are going to hate. So I think for me, I realize people are haters. So people are going to
yeah,
say
they
things
are.
to hate. So while I'm going to get mad or feel sad or something, it's funny to me, right? It's funny. And let me tell you guys my story right quick. Throwing my story if you haven't heard of it before. So my story is when I first got started, I posted in a Facebook group. All of a sudden, I had all these owner operators saying like, "What's your MC number? What's your DOT number?" All these things, right? And saying all these things that dispatchers don't do, right? So as they're saying all these, I didn't have any customers at this time, and as they're saying everything dispatchers don't do, some of those things like a dispatcher could do while they're working at home, right? And these is really what I'm telling you guys. This is what the market is now. Doing the if the fuel taxes, doing oversized load permits, sending in paperwork to the factoring company, right? So this is 5 years ago. This is what everyone in the group was saying. I got like 100 comments, everybody talking bad about me, right? But little do they know, I'm at home. I got a notepad. I'm writing down all the good ideas, right? I'm writing down all the good ideas, and then the next day, I'm making videos like I can do this, I can do if the fuel taxes, I can do oversized load permits, right? And this is
Right.
really what made me successful. I started naming all this stuff I could do, and then the next thing I know,
That's
owner operators are reaching out to me, and then I'm like thanking those guys in those groups, right? The guys that's trying to hate, talk bad about the business, ask me for an MC number. I'm literally to this day, I'm so thankful for those guys. Those are the best guys ever for talking bad about dispatchers. They don't know what they did, right? And then
yeah.
the funny thing is, the funny thing is the FMCSA came out with the laws, saying that dispatchers don't need an MC number, right? So the funny thing to me is owner operators that's been in Facebook groups that's been out there, for years asking dispatchers, where's your MC number? They were wasting time, right? That's one thing I always talk about. I don't like thinking or talking about something that's wasting my time. So if I'm an owner operator, it's no way that I'm going to be asking a dispatcher, where's your MC number? Because in my mind, I'm thinking about making some money. I don't care about a dispatcher having an MC number, right? I'm thinking about what I got to do to make some money. And that's why
Really.
people fail at business. That's why people can't make money
Worry
because they're
about the
too
wrong
busy
thing.
thinking about other people other than
Worry
thinking of an
about the wrong
idea for
thing.
you to make money, right? And they don't even realize they're making their own business fail because they're using their thoughts in the wrong way. Not think you're a business owner, but you're thinking about everything else. Then how can you make more money? How can you increase money in your business, right? I don't get it, but we can get back to it. It was just my
No,
piece,
no,
man.
no, no, no. That's very accurate, bro. They really don't understand. But one thing in the chat, I want to say, I'm on Central Standard Time. To somebody that asked that. Another thing, a lady just asked. No, you don't need a DOT or MC number.
Right? Yeah.
The old school, like Antonio just said, the old school people try to ask you that for that say that. I just tell them I'm not a MC company. I'm an LLC dispatch company. I mean, I'm not a trucking company. I don't need an MC or a DOT. I use whatever company I'm using, I use theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't need an MC number. Basically, as a freight dispatcher, you're dispatching loads for owner operators, right? You're booking loads up under their MC number. We're just service providers, right? And then, like I said, the point I was making sometimes, especially before the FMCSA came out with these new laws, you would hear owner operators all the time asking freight dispatchers, for their MC number. Well, we don't need an MC number, right? So yeah, we don't need an MC number or anything like that.
And then this is another one, Antonio. She asked, "Do you teach car hauling?" That's another thing. I wanted to keep in mind with you too. Car hauling and dump. I've been paying attention to those too. Well, car hauling easy. I mean, that's more of just central dispatch. Honestly, I done had a couple car haulers. I didn't. Then went through me. Yeah. But the dump. I saw a new app for dump. A load board, straight load board for dump. So I was questioning myself about that. Uh, but yeah, so what was that in the story? What part was that?
What
So
was
I
that?
started doing this marketing.
Right, right.
So I started doing this. Basically, they call it trolling. Whatever. Who cares? Like Antonio say, who cares when you doing what you got to do to make your business successful? So I started doing all this trolling, and uh, look at me carefully when I say this. My phone got the ring. Like you see my eyes, I'm not playing. Like when I say non-stop, like it was like I went to from like a call here and there to like doing like I'm talking about 20 a day. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about these all new owner operators. Sometime a driver will get confused and think that you a trucking company that have trucks, or whatever. But it got the ringing, and not to I don't want to forget that. But yeah, let me hold on. Let me write that down.
So it sounded like he said his phone got the ringing. So it sounded like we about to hear this is the beginning of his pipeline being built, right? So this is why I talked to you guys about pipeline. But if you didn't notice, this is the start of his pipeline.
I just had to write those little quick reminders to myself because I want to get into that later. That's very important to me because that's what you was talking about towards like what you did to like you did extra like with the permits and stuff like that. So just yeah, I'll just if I forget Antonio, please remind me just to look back there later on in the video
Yeah,
so I can
okay.
remind them of that. But basically, so it got the ringing. I'm talking like out of control type stuff. I'm talking about like drivers are really trying to sign on to me. The phone, like it's all off. Another thing too, it was also too. I started putting up in Facebook ads on top of trolling and the Facebook ads. So the Facebook ad, I started off with cheap ads like $1, $2. I don't even think I never went up to 5 until I really had to pay attention. Like had these all these calls coming in like this, you know. So I'm running the Facebook ad. I'm getting a lot of calls. And I'm talking about when I say overwhelming, overwhelming. I'm talking on the phone with people all day, like trying to sign up. Like it was very overwhelming. So like I told Antonio, I started off backwards right then, you know. Probably the second day I got all them calls, cause like you gotta think about it now. Out of nowhere, I just got all these calls. I'm not used to getting calls. Another thing too, I didn't know how important it was to, like I do now, write little stuff down when you're talking to drivers and stuff, jot stuff down. Now even now when I'm recruiting a driver, I create a profile for them as I'm talking to them, like they preference, what they like, where they want to haul, you know, what type of freight they pull, where they want to haul, what they prefer to haul to, you know, what. Just say they got a flatbed. What's the most weight they'll put on their trailer? You know, when they if they out 2 weeks, when they trying to make it back home, you know, so like that. That's I'll tell people too. That's very important to me to jot that down as you're talking to them. Because one thing I started doing when they got overwhelming, you got to think about it. I'm talking to like 10 to 20 different people a day about how they preference is. Where are they in the country? Where they leaving from? What areas they trying to run? What type of freight they haul. Then you got some people always picky, like especially the flatbeds. Some people don't want to talk. You know, some people only got a certain weight they put on there. But once you get to know them, it's easy. That's why I say just jot it down, see what they want, or whatever. Well, and another very important thing: what type of race they gonna take? That's I always ask them that too. What type of rates would you take? So, like I said, this is all overwhelming right now. Like this is the first, like this not hitting like on the second day. The phone just rung out yesterday. Like I said, I wasn't taking notes. I was taking mental notes, just telling them to send their email. So now they call back the next day or a couple days later, whatever they ready to start. Just say they want we make plans to start next Monday. He calling, just say he called Monday. I'm asking this guy, man, who are you, bro? You don't remember me? I know, bro. And I got a joke about it, bro. I swear, I talked to so many people, I don't remember, bro. So, right off then, but I'm talking about the second day of the phone ringing crazy. I said this is too much for me. I can't take it. I can't even book loads for the people that I didn't sign on because I got new people study calling coming in. It's like it's and then like I said, another thing I never stopped doing marketing. That's gonna happen regardless, you know. So I'm marketing, and then we all got our everyday life, you know. So I'm overwhelmed, like overwhelmed. So I say, you know what? Let me hire a dispatcher. I said I gotta hire a dispatcher. So I put up a Facebook ad. Well, not an ad. My personal flyer I made, and I just posted on the dispatcher page. And I'm that thing today. To this day, I still get calls from that one post. It got probably like 250 comments on there. You know, honestly, all people trying to dispatch. It's one girl. The first one. Not girl. I mean, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Kayla. This one young lady. Kayla. I was talking to a couple of dispatchers, but you know, it's my company. I feel I I hire who I feel that is capable of doing what I need to be done. Um, and Kayla, she um came off. She had experience already, and what really put the ice on the cake with her, she had low boards herself, but she used to work for a company, and I guess the guy just I think he's still running out of California, whatever, however it go. But he just gave her all the low boards. She had more low boards than me when I brought her on. She the one put me on to getting all these 7 low boards. You know, she had all those. She came out from Channel 19. You know, everything, bro. She the one put me on Central Dispatch. That's the person asked for the car haulers. It's Central Dispatch. That's the main one. They only deal with cars. You know, so she came through the door, put me on with her own package. I want to say, she was beneficial through the door. So I hired her. So basically, how I set it up is I just told her this is how we gonna run it. And this is something you can't trust a lot of people with her. Like I tell her, I just felt that I trusted her. Like me and her talked for probably like 2 hours. No, we do not split the commission 50-50. It's basically with her. All right, whatever she make for the week. I mean, with Kayla, I can't say it's up and down with her. It's up and down with her because she could do so good. Like I could overwhelm her. When I overwhelm her, I pay her extra, but it's not 50-50. It's more like 30-70. You know, but it's still good money. It's great money for her. Is she? It's, I just try to make sure she clear 2,000 a week.
Right,
That's
right,
it.
and I can see that too. I can
Yeah,
see, like you said, make sure she get paid $2,000 a week. So it might seem like if she don't quite make $2,000 a week, maybe you give her some type of extra bonus or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah, yeah. That most
so,
definitely. And
so
like,
like you said, so like you guys see, you hear him. Quan is saying he has a dispatcher that he pays $2,000 a week, right? So what
yes,
I first started noticing when I first started like having dispatchers that I had to pay is like I enjoy paying these people. I know Quan probably
it
enjoys
motivates
giving
them.
her that $2,000 a
It
week because she's
motivated them.
making money for him. You know? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely,
And like
definitely.
I say, yeah, big shout out to Kayla. She helps me a lot. Like I'm talking like I could overwhelm this girl with things, and like she up and at it, like she getting it done. Like it even had us. We had a little system when we first got together. I recruit the people. I help look for loads, and I just send her the number. She know that she got all the drivers' numbers too in her phone. But like I said, you can't trust everybody because with these owner operators, and the independent dispatcher, if you're doing something like that, they could always run off with your single driver. But like I told her, like now I'm getting to the place I don't really mind bringing in independent dispatcher and paying them a percentage. It's because I look at it how you gonna take a whole fleet from me. You
Right.
know, you could take one driver from me, but how you gonna take a 20 fleet from me?
Right. You right. You right about that, man. And see,
I
that's where
talk to
people.
the man. I talk to the boss
Right.
man. Not nobody else.
Right. I think that's where people mess up because I think the normal person would be worried about losing hiring a dispatcher, then losing their owner operator to that dispatcher. But how I take it, what you just said, you done so much marketing and your fleet's so big, you're not worried about, oh, this one owner operator that you got. You thinking about a
They
way bigger picture than
Yeah,
that.
they come in too fast, bro. They was coming in too fast.
And
Like
like I said, so this is a point I want to make too, start making on my channel. You want to make it where your customers, where your owner operators are coming in too fast. You want the problem of owner operators coming in too fast. Most people in this business will never have that problem.
Well,
That's not a problem that
yeah,
most
they
people
told
will
him
have
to bring it to
where
his
their owner
boat.
operators are coming in too fast, right? But
yeah,
there are
yes.
ways that you can create it. So Quan, I want finish your thoughts and elaborate on like the marketing and the marketing that you did if you ran Facebook ads and what you did to start building this pipeline.
Yeah, so I started running all them Facebook ads, and like I said, I started getting a lot of calls. You good? You good. Yeah, but I started getting all those calls. And you know what? I really I'm like I pay attention to everything, so I broke it down. I broke it. I started breaking it down. So, cause I used to ask Kayla, like it was just me and her, for a couple weeks before I brought on the new guy, Dante or whatever. Um, so me and Kayla, I used to tell Kayla like, when the day over with me and her probably talk 30 to 40 minutes, at the end of the night, late night. I'm talking about around 11. After we've been working since me and her both get up like at 6 in the morning. Well, with me it's whatever. I mean, I could pop up out in the middle of the night out of nowhere, just think I like, man, I'm missing something. I'm hopping on Facebook, you know. But yeah, with Kayla, I used to tell her, excuse me, I used to tell Kayla like I need to pay attention where this traffic coming from. I'm that person. I want to see where it's coming from. I want to break this down. I need to see where it's coming from. I want to see if it's coming from me trolling. I want to see where the most come from. I know they coming from both ways, but I want to see if it's from me trolling or the Facebook ads. A lot of little crazy thing I experienced. I noticed after I stopped trolling, like just say I shut it down, both things down for like a couple days. The phone still run good the first day. I shut it down. Second day it slowed up, real slowed up, something heavy. Um, and then like the third day it barely even rung unless it was one of our drivers or brokers that we already had. I mean, a driver broker call to
So
confirm
so
what
so
so
Quan, I'm gonna step in there real quick and make a couple points. So Quan is making a lot of good points, a lot of good business points, right? But sometimes this is what happens, like even on content and free videos. Sometimes if we just make a video and what took place, if it's not explained to you, especially, it just depends on your level of business. You might hear things, but you might not exactly comprehend them. So basically, this is what I'm hearing. Basically, I heard Quan say he had some owner operators talk to him one day. He had a good conversation with them, and then they called back the next day and signed up with them. So what that's telling me is he's growing know, like, trust, right? So this is why dispatchers don't get. It's so many dispatchers that's never going to get any customers, any owner operators, right? And this is the reason why they're not growing know, like, trust, right? They're just putting a flyer, posting a flyer somewhere and expecting owner operators to sign up with them. But first, your potential client has to know you, and then you have to get them to like you, and then you have to get them to trust you. And when they know, like, and trust you, that's when they're going to purchase from you, or that's when they're going to sign up with your services, right?
you got
Once
to
they
make them become
trust
your
you.
friend, be
Yeah,
friends.
yeah, yeah, exactly. They're not gonna sign up with you if you don't know them. If you're just posting random flyers in a Facebook group here and there, and your flyers are just saying, I have the best paying loads, high paying loads, 24/7 dispatch service. That's not growing know, like, and trust, right? So even by these phone calls Quan is saying he's having with the owner operators, he's growing the trust with the owner operators. That's what's making them want to sign up. So that's why I'm saying, like, I can make a video. I make videos all day long, and the videos that I put out is telling you how to make like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. But a lot of people sometimes don't comprehend exactly what I'm saying because they haven't made it to that level. So you really got to sometimes make it to a certain level in life to
To
understand
see
somebody
it, yeah.
when they're speaking, right? So I wanted to point that out to you guys because that's very important, because that's how you make money. You make money by getting your potential customers to trust you. If nobody doesn't trust you, they don't want to spend money with you. And then freight dispatchers aren't getting owner operators to trust them. And then it's the second point. The second point I believe you made. I'm
Um,
trying to remember where you were at in your story. So I know you said that owner operator reached out to you. You had one, the first day he didn't sign up with you, but then the second day. Okay, so we got that part. So here we go. Here it is. It's you stop marketing. That's another point I wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
make.
To test.
As Quan, if you realize Quan said he was getting a lot of people reaching out to him, right? And then he stopped marketing as much, and it started to trickle down. It started to slow down day by day by day. So that's something to take note of too, because as a business owner, you can't stop marketing. You got to
Yeah,
constantly keep marketing, right? So by what he just said, he let you know, like, by his marketing efforts slowing down, people stop reaching out to him. So and when people stop reaching out, so when people reach out to you, they're reaching out to you because they seen you. So that's like the know stage, right? And they reach out to you, and as you talk to them in a DM, as you talk to them through email, as you talk to them through a phone call, you're growing the interest. You're growing the interest stage, and you're going into that trust phase for them to sign up. So basically, if you stop marketing, you're going to stop growing like the know phase. You're going to stop more and more people from knowing who your company is because you're not marketing and you're not getting videos and you're not getting posts out to new people. So what that's going to do is kind of like stop your pipeline from growing. So that's what he's saying happened.
most definitely,
All right.
most definitely. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
definitely correct. That, and like I said with that, I was just honestly testing it. Like I said, I was trying to see what, like I told Kate, I'm trying to see where these calls come from. I'm trying to see if I doing it or it was, but to be honest, now I could say it's a combination of both. After I paid it, after I did the experiment on it, shall I say, in lack of better words, experiment on it.
So the combination of ads and what else?
Just I mean, like I said, you don't literally don't have to over troll like I over troll like at times, and I don't do it anymore, and I still get the same amount of calls. I mean, because a lot of things too, I'm gonna tell you too that I realized. Like I said, I was just thirsty. I was hunted. I was a lion looking for his prey. So right now I don't do it as often because I have realized that like when people see like just say another dispatcher post something and then you post on top of theirs, like I said I was doing at one point because they was doing it to me. I think honestly certain drivers, I wouldn't say majority of drivers probably don't respect you like that. It's like they think like you come borrow somebody else's stuff. So I stopped doing it. But like just the Facebook ads and the just what Antonio teaches in his class, the advertising part of this class, like going on these Facebook group, and then you got to pay attention to them. Me personally, I really don't care. Like if some say no promotion, I'm kicked out of so many trucking groups too. I got to say that I'm kicked out of so many because they tell you no promotion.
Right, right.
And another thing too is when they say no promotion is how you promote too. I have learned with that too.
right, right,
Certain things they let ride. You know, it's how you do it. If you don't put your number and all that in it, you know what I'm saying, just say you got loads and stuff, they won't kick that off. And then you gonna still get people under that comment interested. I'm interested. I'm interested. And that's another advertisement. That's your post.
right,
I
right.
didn't got a couple. I didn't got many drivers like that, but like I said, honestly, like the calls I have got, getting the drivers I have signed up is nowhere near the drivers I should have. Even the drivers I have signed up to my company, to my like they were supposed to sign on. Like I say, if you, I got to the place. If you got too many requirements, and like just say you in a state like I have like one person in California with a like 16 box truck. I tried my hardest with him. It wastes too much time, man. I told him, bro, like if you don't come up out of there, I can't do nothing for you.
Right,
If you
right.
got to
Just
stay
trying to
local,
stay in one area. That's
yeah, yeah.
another thing you guys got to
And
realize.
Cali is bad.
Right. If you got owner operators, they just want to stay in the area, maybe stay in the area where it's dead at. You're gonna have to move on from that
Yeah,
because
you
it's
can't.
gonna,
It's not worth
keep
your
you
time.
like wasting time. We
It's
got a
not worth your
question
time.
here, Quan, if you can see that. So
What it?
when
When you say troll, what do you mean? Yeah, I mean troll. No, I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna even lie to you. When I say troll, I mean you probably missed it earlier. I said it, but like dispatchers, just say I'm a dispatcher, or just say Antonio dispatcher. He put up his post that he got consistent load somewhere or whatever. Just say he get like I see like 15 on operators comment on there interested, interested. Um, I don't care if Antonio reached a lot, and then a lot of those foreign dispatchers they leave posts like that. That's one good thing you guys need to pay attention to. They leave posts like that, like they leave it and they don't never reply to the people. And so those feel free. I go on those and like if I see it's like 24 hours, 48 hours, and you didn't reply to none of these people, I'm gonna take it upon myself to reply. But no, I was talking actually about just like Antonio post something, Antonio comment on it after they said interested, and I still come behind them and slap my flight on them. Like under his comment. Like when he just said post, I mean that type of to me when I started it was very disrespectful. But it's so they do it to me all the time now, especially like my post because they I at least get probably like one, I'm gonna say at least one person on each post I make. And I'm talking about like sometimes some days I probably put up 20, 30 posts, on different different groups and stuff. But yeah, yeah,
so
just that's what I mean trolling. I'm gonna say that's extreme trolling. And then the regular trolling, they would call it this what they call it in these groups, regular trolling. Just like putting your post up frequently, like you said, a lot of them old school people or them, I don't know, man, they just a-holes, a lot of them, honestly, and they just want to always bring you down, like Antonio said, and yeah, they consider that trolling, but that's not controlling. That's just like Antonio said. Who cares what people think when you doing? When you got to do.
right, right. So like I
When you
said,
trying to start
yeah.
the business running.
So basically, trolling, maybe commenting on other people's posts, stuff like that in Facebook
Yeah,
groups. But
yeah,
what I think, I like to think of the most valuable thing. So what I want to tell you guys, even with Facebook groups, how groups can be, how people may be hating on people, things like that. But the best thing that you can do is have a very, very valuable UVP. You guys are going to constantly hear me talk about unique value propositions, right? Just business, period. Because this is how business works. You want to have a valuable UVP, and then you want to make other people copy off of you. If other people aren't copying off of you, you're not really doing something right, right? So you
And if
want to
they
get the
hate,
entire
you doing
market
something right.
really, yeah, you want to get the market copying off of you, and then what you want to do, you want to have ideas in your mind like years out, so they're just copying off of your ideas, because what you really got out there already is like your past ideas. You are already on to the next thing, right? So then you want to get the market copying off of you. You want to be so far and so good that the market copies off of you, and they have to wait for you to put out something new to copy off of you, and then you'll be the one never waiting on the market. So that's how you want to dominate, right? So even though I might not tell you this in my YouTube videos and in my training programs, but I'm teaching you how to dominate the market, right? So when I tell you to go even within yourself, it kind of made me happy, proud to see a comment of one of my students the other day, and she said she's going within herself to get her UVP, right? And I'm telling you that because the most successful business owners, the millionaires, the ones that don't have to depend on anybody else. So I'm telling you why they're not depending on anybody else. It's because they're going within their own mind, and they're thinking of a unique value proposition to implement into their business, and they have got so strong at that they don't have to go to anything outside of their own mind for their business ideas, right? Kind of like how I am these days. I don't go to anybody outside my own mind for my business ideas. Just like when I tell my students, when you see the rest of the market looking at rates, constantly talking about rates, I'll tell my students, think of any idea possible for your owner operator to increase their profit, right? Because I know most people think it's a trucking business. The only way for me to make more money in a trucking business is to increase rates. But no, it's an unlimited amount of ways to make profit, to increase revenue in any business that you're in. Don't lock your mind down to one way of making profit. So that's why I suggest I have some owner operators now who have dry vans and reapers who they advertise other people's companies on the side of their trailer, right? And they're getting paid $2,000 a month in passive income for advertising other people's companies, because it doesn't do an owner operator any good to have their company name or their logo on the side of the trailer. It's
Especially they
wasting
just,
space, right?
oh my God, I
Nobody's
never,
gonna call you.
wow, that's
Nobody gonna see
big.
that owner operator riding down the highway and call the trucking company like, "Hey, I need a load move." Nobody's gonna do that, right? So you might as well advertise. So
Why
business
do we
with
have TMC on the next on the side of your truck?
right, right, exactly. Yep, business is about winning, is building win-win situations, right? So you as a dispatcher, what you would need to do is you would go out and find companies that would benefit from their company being advertised on the side of a semi truck, right? That would benefit from their company, being shown going down the highway. Some companies, people are willing to pay $2,000, $3,000 a month for that advertisement, right? If it brings them business. So that's another way truck drivers can make money, can make passive income, right? We really don't ever think about truck drivers making passive income. So that's another way. Truck
Yeah, that's,
drivers can,
I never thought
Quan,
about nothing like you just said. That's very
yeah,
yeah.
right,
That's
right.
that's one, man. You just gave me an
On a
idea.
box truck, box
Ah,
trucks usually stay locally, right? Box trucks are usually locally. So
yeah,
if it's a local business and that business would benefit from having their business advertised on a box truck that's always locally in a certain area where that same store is at, wouldn't that only make sense? But I'm saying these are things like I think about for myself. But see, this is why I would be a better dispatcher, because I'm going to try to book the highest paying loads, all those things. But then I'm also going to try to get deals like this in, right? And
yeah.
this is what this is going to be my UVP, right? Hey, my videos are going to go like, and this, let me throw this in there. This is why a lot of dispatchers can't find clients, right? Because you start videos with the hook, right? So I would start a video. Hey, owner operator. Hey, are you an owner operator looking to increase your profit, increase your revenue in your trucking business? Then I would explain that, if I'm a dispatcher, I'll explain that I book the highest paying loads, everything like that. But I would also my point is, I would also explain that I can get you passive income. I have companies right now willing to pay you $3,000 a month to advertise their business on the side of your trailer, right? So now I'm differentiating myself from the market. I'm giving more
Standing out.
value out to the market. So now when I start my dispatch business, I'm talking about all these other things too that owner operators never heard of, right? So
Standing out.
now what's that's gonna do? That's gonna attract a lot. I'm gonna run some ads with that on. I'm gonna get on Facebook. I'm gonna make a video from my home office tonight and run some ads behind that video. And then tomorrow I'm gonna have 10 people. How do I sign up with your company, right? You see what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be people that's been trying to dispatch for 3, 4 months that can't get any clients because they're just saying the exact same thing the market's saying,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
They all say the same thing. We
Right,
yeah, we got
right,
loads, but like you say, what else you got
right,
to offer?
right.
That's basically to while you're on topic, I'm gonna talk about this back here. That's basically what you gave me the idea of driver recruiting. I have made a I have placed 2 drivers in a permanent spot. One, he's not even working with us. I just placed him, threw him to somebody else that I knew that was looking for a driver, but he was, he comfortable with his company, and his company they provide dispatching.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm not a hater at all. But and then I just get caught up. Like I try to build a relationship. Whoever called my phone, I don't care what you're talking about. Like if it's got to do anything with the truck industry. But with him, and he gave me, I think, like $250 just for putting him in there.
Right, right.
So I got to check my cash out, whatever he had something though. But
Sound like
that's just throwing him in there. And then the other person that is one of my owner operators that worked for me. He got 2 trucks. He lost one driver, and I replaced his driver, and I just charged him $100. But
right,
that's like you say, that's something I could do all the time. Like,
right,
like,
exactly.
and then another thing too was I place people without I don't have authority, so I place people that need authority. I found them authority, and a couple of them I was able to dispatch. No, not I think one's still around. Cause like Antonio said, a lot of them they go in and out of business. It's just not us. Like I ran through literally a handful of
Right.
drivers. Like I'm talking about a handful. Like
So that's what
I
most
supposed to be
people.
probably at 100 drivers now. Honestly, how my phone ring and how many people I done signed up. It's just like you say, they always running off. Or, not always, but like a lot of you have. I was watching a video earlier. You said that it was talking about that pipeline. You say you'll have drivers going out of business in the first year. You're very right. A lot of them, especially how the market is now, a lot of them they just parking them. They parking trucks and selling them. Especially the newer people that
Right.
like the people that just came out of a different career. I had a guy the other day. He said he came from fixing houses to drive, and he said like, bro, I'm going back to fixing houses. He's leaving trucking for his going back to his other career.
Yeah, so you guys got to really listen to these stories. Like you said, he has a lot of truck drivers who have dropped out, went out of business, people who have left trucking for another career. You will hear a lot of people talking about that, but a point.
Or just leave because I can't do what they want me to do. Like
Right, right,
and then
right,
get a lot of calls from a lot of people in the middle of nowhere once you work a miracle for them. They be stuck off in the lowest part of Florida.
right. In Homestead and Key West.
Yeah.
They want to load out of Key West. They want to
Or
$5
South Beach,
load
or
out of Key West.
a load out of South Beach.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes they want you to work a miracle for them,
Yeah.
but
But I
even
always try
guys.
to tackle it though. I always try to tackle
Yeah,
it.
yeah, right, right.
But I don't let it
one good,
overwhelm me. When it overwhelm me, I'm just know what.
right.
Okay, it is what it is.
Yeah. One thing I think most people would never understand about dispatching that's a very important part, and very important thing to mention is, and as Quan said, even when rates is down, so dispatching, you can make money in dispatching when rates are down, right? That we have a low overhead business and we just make a percentage off the owner operators. So I'm not even going to talk about rates all the time because as a freight dispatcher, I can still make money off of rates. Let me tell you guys the real secret, right? This comes from what I say comes from my own personal experience. So I remember when I first started, I'm about 6 months into the game, right? and rates went down. I had some owner operators start going out of business. Some left me because a lot of times they think they can find a better dispatcher, so they just leave you,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
they
Looking
yeah.
for, even they might not be able to find a better one, but they'll leave you. But that's still no problem because you got to get the pipeline, right? So,
Or
but
one
what I
probably
realized,
they probably dispatch out of nowhere probably got them loaded and all they had to wait on you a couple more minutes or something,
right,
and
right,
then
right,
they run off completely. Yeah,
yep.
I
But I
so
realized this personal experience, rates went down on me. I started to lose drivers, right? But then I just thought of different ways to add more value, to add more value, and then I attracted more drivers. So I just thought of better things to say, better value to offer, and I actually started to attract more drivers. So really, the rates went down, but I made more money because I brought in more drivers into my company. And I had, at this time, I did have dispatchers working for me. So that's the key. That's the main key. You got to realize, as a freight dispatcher, rates can go down, but you can actually make more money if you attract more owner
yeah,
operators. So let's say rates are up and I got 5 owner operators, right? But say rates go down, but I think of more value to give owner operators, and now I have 10 owner operators and rates are down. But 10 owner operators when rates are down can make more money than 5 owner operators when rates are up, if you see what I'm saying. So
yeah.
really, as a freight dispatcher, even when rates are down, if you think of, okay, if rates go down, and if you keep questioning why rates are down, if you keep looking at historical graphs about rates, that's not going to help anything about your business. You're wasting time and you're losing money, right? Most people who start one of these businesses, you would think that's good. Like you're looking at the trends, the DAT trend lines and things like that. You would think that's good, but you're going to make your company fail because you're going to keep losing drivers. So instead of thinking about rates, I would think about additional value, additional ways I can help out owner operators, and I would market that on social media so I can bring in more drivers. And then really that's what happened with me. And then everybody else was talking about rates are down on social media and everything, and I was actually making more money. So then from that day forward, I said, don't ever think about rates being down anymore. Immediately think about how I can offer more value to my owner operators, and basically bringing in owner operators makes me more money. I seen a question in the chat not too long ago about how many trucks one dispatcher can dispatch. I say about 7 or 8, but then you got to remember, just like myself, when I started to get up to about 5, I had to start thinking about hiring another dispatcher because I didn't want to get to 8 or 10 and then start thinking about hiring another dispatcher and training this dispatcher and everything like that. Hey, and a good point I want to make to you guys, you probably don't hear a lot of people saying this in this industry, but really my students like Quan is reinforcing this more to me. I'm learning this more through my students, right? Is I'm seeing most of my students that end up making like $20,000 or $30,000 a month or more. Of course, they're working more on the marketing and everything than anything, and the recruiting of owner operators. They're not locking themselves down to dispatching. Probably within a short few weeks, they already have people dispatching for them, right? So more importantly than dispatching your owner operator, it's going to be marketing. It's going to be building brand awareness for your company, because you're going to be attracting. You're going to always, so in a business, you always have to be getting your business name in front of more people's faces, right? Different people's faces, so more
You
people will always sign up with you,
Walmart, a
right?
billion-dollar company, but you still see them put up commercials. You know,
Right, right,
everybody know Walmart, but they still put up commercials.
right, exactly.
And
So
every other million-dollar business, yeah.
right. So, yep. When you guys open up your business, it's more important to think about marketing, UVP, unique value proposition, brand awareness, these things, right? Because what you want to do, the real secret to being successful in this business is you want to market this business and you want to get in front of as many people's faces as possible, and you want to hire a dispatcher or 2 or 3 or how many ever you need, and you want to give these owner operators to those dispatchers, and you want to make a percentage off of that, and you really want to focus on marketing your business and building your company, right? You want to hire dispatchers to do like the dispatching work. You don't want to stick in that position for 2, 3, 4 months
Like you
because you're
like you
not gonna be
always
able to
told us,
market.
you want to get up out this seat and let
Right.
somebody else sit down and you go to a better seat.
Right. So, and I don't think most people are going to get that in the beginning because people are going to be so worried about dispatching. They're not going to be worried about like marketing and building brand awareness and actually drawing in. Like Quan said, you got to be talking to owner operators, more owner operators every day. You know what I would be worried about. So with me
I'd
coming,
be sick when my phone don't ring with new
right,
customers
right,
a day. If I don't
right.
get
So,
like at least 2, 3 a day, I'm sick. And I
right.
mean, even 2, 3 make me sick now.
Right. Yeah. So you know, guys, I would think me. This was the first business I ever started. So I don't think when you are new to business, you're really not. I don't think most people are thinking about like the main things you need to be thinking about when you start a business. You haven't started a business before, so you're just thinking, oh, I want to start a business. Oh, I want to make some money, stuff like that. But you're not thinking marketing, brand awareness, marketing plan, sales funnel. You're not thinking like these real business terms, and since you're not thinking about these terms, you're not actually doing them, right? So that's why I always keep mentioning you guys, so you'll start like doing these terms, right? So
And then
yeah,
another thing too about me too. I probably forgot to tell you, Antonio. I failed with probably like 3 different businesses before: cleaning service, uh, Toro, yeah, cleaning service, Toro. Yeah, that was cleaning service, Toro. I had something going on with my little brother, but that was more of a me and him fell out type of thing. But like I said, it still failed. Um, but yeah,
and you know what, man? And I was gonna throw this in there too. You know, one thing I thought about the other day. I really don't have many people. People say like, well, I guess my point is, I thought about. I don't have many people ask me like, "What did you do every day? What exactly did you do to get to where you're at?" People to me, people don't want to know that question. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
And then you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, like honestly, I know Antonio. It's not easy. I'm talking about is getting up every day, every morning. Um, I get up always between 3 and 6. It could be random. My body is so programmed to it now. I've been doing it. But first thing I get up, I go dead to one of these phones. I see because I post stories. I keep like at least on my Facebook and my Instagram. I keep at least 3 new story or flyers up a day. Now that's how I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks now. So that's the first thing I got to see. I got to go check up on all my comments, see who the new drivers is. Now I probably take 30 minutes an hour doing 45 minutes doing that. Then I gotta make sure that we ready to go for the morning, make sure my dispatch is up and stuff. But throughout the day, like you said, all through the day, it's not easy. I really that's why I was jogging earlier. That's why I'm
right, right.
sweaty. I was jogging right before this because I had to I've been telling myself I've been gaining a little bit too much weight. It's just like I really just sit around. I'm on these phones
Oh
all
yeah,
day sitting around,
exactly.
and like people might just think I'm on my phone, text people. No, it's all business. I'm texting the driver. I'm looking for a load. Helping one of my dispatchers or one like you say, number one thing. I'm marketing.
Right.
I'm marketing. Yeah, but like even behind the marketing, I would say you still need to know when the marketing is very important. But once they call, you still want to know what you're talking about, and that's when Antonio he comes in very good with. I forgot which class I got. I think I forgot which one I got, but I
Getting
know the
the
video like
enhanced
5 hours
program.
long. Yeah. Um, so like with that, I was taking notes as I'm watching the video. I paused to take notes. It probably took me honestly, it took me like a day and a half to watch the whole 5 hours because I'm taking notes. And that's when you take notes, it's very important. Pause the video anytime you confuse on something. Because right now, actually I'm teaching my little sister, so I got her watching the video and like I was on her the other day, like you need to pause it and take notes, take notes, So I'm asking like, what's the difference between a broker and a dispatcher? She knows she's talking about, but she's trying to think about it. You got to know it just like that. So
Right,
with
right.
with that being said, it's very important to like what like when he say the regions and stuff that and once you like if you're trying to scale a big dispatcher company, it's very important because with the regions, off top, just say I got my dispatcher that work for me. I like just Taylor. She called me all the time. Like she asked me, okay, is this a good state to go to? Do you think? Do you think this decent for this price? And I'm able to tell her instantly, And like I said, I always ask the driver what they want. What's the less rate you will take? What's the highest rate you take? What you trying to make your truck do a day? I went from asking them a week, what you trying to make it do a day? Especially my guys that try to stay like in one region. But another thing, and back to what you were saying, Antonio, is everybody talk about this market is a bad market. That's all they talk about. The market is crap right now. Blase. Yeah, it is. But at the same time, they making it crap because I was posting something earlier. Y'all just don't know how to negotiate and talk. Antonio tell you on his thing on his class. I'm sorry for spilling a little bit of your sauce for free, but he tells
You
you
good?
he tells you
They ain't giving my course away on live.
no, but not.
Oh, let me mute this guy. Kick him off
But
my live.
but nah, he tells you the numbers on there. He tells you the numbers, and you want to pay attention to those numbers. And honestly, like my 20 fleet that's in New Jersey, they out of New Jersey. Um, they don't take nothing lower than $5. That's why I wrote it right here when he was talking. They don't take nothing less than $5 for a drive in. And anybody know this with that market, that is that's you pushing it for $5. I'm talking about every time. They want it every time. You pushing it for every time. I'm not saying you okay, you want it 2-3 days out the week, you want a couple of those. They want it every time. And that's what I had to live up to their standards. I want them. They're 20 fleet. I want them. I had to live up to their standards. So like he said, the market with them, okay, so and then they got low boys too. That's the heavy hauler. Sometimes I get lows like up to I make Kayla or Dante negotiate sometimes up to like I think the highest one we got was like 22 something a mile, but that's for the oversized load. But like Antonio said, I think they was originally paying like $11 a mile on the load board. So it's not all bad. And then, like he said, it's not all bad either because if you got a pipeline full of drivers that's on your company, you're not losing. Even like the 20 fleet, I don't charge them what I charge one single operator since they're a fleet. Some trucks I dispatch for them for 3%, which is but they got so much to offer.
Right. And I just wanted to put this up here too. I see Leslie asked, basically, what do I do every day? And I see Craig said POM, POW, and POD, right? So this is something that made me successful. I would not be here talking to you guys if I did not implement a POM, a POW, and a POD, right? So this is when I first started my company, new business owner, new freight dispatcher, right? So I'm going through my days and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to be doing every day, right? And then I thought back to the military. I'm a United States Navy and a United States Army veteran. In the Navy, we used to have POMs, POWs, and PODs, right? So the POM is the plan of the month, the POW is the plan of the week, and then the POD is the plan of the day. So what I start doing is thinking about everything that I wanted to accomplish, like the big ideas that I wanted to accomplish for my business in the month, right? So that's my plan of the month. So right now, we're in September, near in October. So right before we get into October, what I'll probably be doing, like on September 29th, September 30th, I'll be coming up with a POM. Everything that I want to accomplish, the big goals that I have to accomplish for my business, for my life in October, right? So that would be my plan of the month. And then I would split it down to plan of the week. So I'll split every week into what I need to do every week. So what I need to do every week to get done, to get that big plan done. And then every week, so every Sunday, I sit down and I write down what I'm going to do every week, starting with Monday through the following Sunday. So I write down my plan of the day, right? So I narrow it all down to exactly what I'm going to be doing every day.
You just follow the map.
Yep. And then what Quan said, he said as soon as he wake up, he's looking at his phone and everything, right? So what that made me think about, and then as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about my POD. What's on my POD, right? And I'm implementing my POD because what I realized, of course, when other people call me or I start thinking about other stuff or get to talking about other stuff, it throws off my business plan, right? So what you want to do in a business, and this is why I tell you guys to start at the end, and I've also said to finish your business before you start. So really what you want to do in any business, so basically if I was starting a freight dispatch business today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the market. I'm going to see what everyone else is doing in the market, and I'm going to come up with an idea in my imagination. Basically, I'm going to see my business offering more value. I'm going to come up with all the services, all the products, and I'm going to write this down, right? I'm going to write down everything my business is going to offer. So even before I start my business, before I get into the bit in the market, I'm already dominating the market because I've already dominated the market in thought, right? So and then when I make up my POM, POW, and POD, I'm just implementing what I have in my mind to basically get to the point. I'm reverse engineering the whole thing, right? So I already know where I'm going. When I'm making videos, when I'm marketing my business, and making ads, and that's why I don't care what people say when I'm running my ads, because in my mind, my business is finished. I see my business like offering all these better services than everybody else's, and I see how much money I'm going to be making, and I see that like changing my life and changing my family's life, right? So I'm just implementing. So the main thing is why a lot of people fail, because a lot of people don't have like a specific goal they're working towards. You got to already see everything is finished in your mind, and then you got to make plans. Basically, your plans is planning to lead up to that goal, right? So you got to have the goal first, and then you make plans. Your POM, POW, POD is the plans of how to accomplish your goal, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Most definitely, most definitely. One thing I could elaborate on that is I always keep my ultimate goal with this thing in mind, and my
Right.
ultimate goal, honestly, is I mean, it should be bigger, because I should have sued for the stars, but I see myself. If anybody, I know you know about TMC trucking. I want a fleet like this, like and I want that in the next over the next 5 6 years. But I change it now. Like since I just started with this company in New Jersey, with these low boys, I used to want flatbeds. Now I really want low boys. That's my ultimate goal. I think about that all the time. I keep that in my mind all the time. Like when I'm not busy doing stuff for my company, just say if I just take a couple minutes to chill and stuff, I'm imagining myself with all these. I'm talking about a whole fleet of trucks. I'm talking about with my company sign logo on the side of these trucks. That's how I picture it in my head. Like I picture it right there. I'm talking about a whole fleet of them, at least like 20
Right.
plus,
So
and that's my ultimate goal with it. But but what Antonio showed me, it's like this. I used to always say, my dad dispatch used to run. He used to always say, like he got rid of his trucks to dispatch, and he said it was the headache was gone. But for some reason, I just want to. I love semi trucks. Like I said, I've been doing little, so I want to. I want my Like I always tell people, I want my dispatch company to always be bigger than my trucking company. Because you can have a warehouse full of dispatchers. That's how I look at it. You can have a warehouse full of dispatchers with computers in their dispatch.
yeah,
And
and I want to make a point. This is might sound off topic, but it's really on the same point. But this is why I talk to you guys like in my videos about spirituality a lot. So what you got to realize is, like Quan just said, his ultimate goal is to have a trucking business, a big trucking business, like the size of TMZ trucking company, right? So this is literally what happens when you put a goal on your mind like that. I guarantee you everything Quan's doing right now in this dispatch service is adding up to that ultimate goal, right? So that's why you start with the end. That's why you start with the end, and you put your main goal on your mind, and you won't even know it. Every move you make in your life will be adding up to that main goal, right? So that's
bro,
that's why I'm telling you.
I
See, I'm
walk around,
using like yeah,
I walk around like I already made $1 million off this company.
yep, yep, yep,
Like honestly, like that's how I look at it. Like in my head, like I know it's gonna happen one day.
yep, yep. And I think I lost sound.
Yeah, you good now. You
Okay,
good.
I'm
I
good.
feel
Okay. Yeah, so oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You told me you walk around like you got $1 million. That even made me think of like behavior. You have to behave. If you want to get something in life, you have to behave like you have it. You
Got
start
to get
having
on
that.
that frequency of it. That frequency of it.
Exactly. Exactly. You got to
You
have
want
the
wealth, you got to get on the
behavior of a
frequency of wealth.
millionaire.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to start walking and feeling like it and thinking about
Yeah.
it, carrying yourself like you're
Even
a
if you don't got
millionaire.
it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't
Right.
got it. I don't
Yeah.
I don't I
Exactly.
don't have I don't own 20 semi trucks, 20 plus semi trucks, but I walk around like I do because I know that's my ultimate goal, you know?
Right. Right. And
And
then like we can
that's
take
just
it this
me.
point. That those $20,000 you made in 3 weeks, you would have never got it if you didn't feel like you could. You know what I mean? If you weren't
Yeah.
motivated and you didn't have the belief that you
Or when
could, you
these
wouldn't have
flights
got it.
weren't working, I just stopped, you know. I didn't keep pushing, you know. I didn't uh keep pushing. Like I say, that once you get that first call, it's gonna motivate you to, man. That first call is nothing. Like I remember that first call. That lady, I was by the lakefront downtown Chicago. I remember she called. I'm on the rocks. The phone ringing. I mean, surprised the woo out of me. Wow, I gotta call her. It felt great. And like I said, I couldn't make it up to her expectations. So we parted ways. But I didn't give up. I kept pushing. I'm like, if I got her, I'm gonna get somebody else, you know. And like, be honest, that's why I tell myself all the time, like with fleets. Like I was telling Antonio, he wanted me to repeat this earlier, but before we started live, um, I have ran through probably like, let me see, that 7-1, them 7-5 drive vans, the 20 fleet I got, them 8 box trucks. Dude was 7. Dude was 7. And then somebody just called me yesterday with a 15 fleet. No exaggeration. I swear to God.
Man.
Somebody called me and they want to do business later on this week. They just called me with a 15 fleet. Like that. I'm plotting. That's why I've been plotting how I'm gonna take 15 more trucks. But
And
I don't
that's what
like
I was gonna
turning
say,
nothing
bro.
down.
And
I,
that's why people would think it's unbelievable. Like, so like you said, somebody called you with 15 trucks, so you can take your income, it can just like explode all of a sudden, you know what I'm
it
saying?
like I
From
was
what
telling
you're
you
making
earlier.
now.
That's how my two largest fleet came from. It came from my shout out to my boy Rick with the low boy. He called me for a load. I saw him post something for a load. He looked for a load, but he works. He got a company he worked for, but they got one of the companies that hire a lot of different independent dispatchers. You know, um, so he said all of them was really, man. He like, man, they garbage. Like they garbage, bro. So me and him talking whatever. So I'm like, man, no, I'm looking for your load. So I yeah, I was looking for low, but I really something to my dispatcher Kayla because, like I said, I don't have time to dispatch. I market too much and except
Right.
we do
And that's
recruit.
another thing I want to make a point. When you marketing your dispatch business, you really so that's why a lot of people fail. They try to dispatch and they try to market and recruit clients too, and you really not gonna have really enough time for
You
both. It'd
got
be
it.
better to hire dispatchers and just
Yeah,
market
yeah.
the
Especially
business.
if you get it, if you especially if you marketing hard, you making them calls come in, you might as well get one. Cause like I always say, I told Antonio, I started off backwards. You know, like I put soon I saw them calls coming in. Oh man, let me hire somebody. You know, I I just know like I just say if a person don't have money to pay them up front, you just think it's commission. Make them work to get it. You know, and that's how I made Kayla do. She worked to get it, and she got it and she studied getting it. you know, but yeah, but that's how that fleet came. It was one guy, one regular driver. And I just talked to him on the phone, grew a relationship on the phone for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, whatever we was talking. And he said, bro, we got a fleet, we got a couple dispatchers, but he said one of them could barely speak English. The other one in other country, they be sending them he'd be sending them down roads that trucks can't even go down and things like that. But so I just threw myself in there, right in there. I'm like, bro, I appreciate if you tell your owner in the company, like, bro, that's my friend. We in the car club, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We all in this car club, and we all got semi trucks, and but we under his company. But that's my brother. You like, man, I'll put you in tune with him. And that's what he did, and that's how I came across them. Same thing just happened yesterday. I seen a guy. I see this just happened to me yesterday. Literally, I seen a guy on Facebook, marketing his not marketing. I was marketing, but he was just putting up that he needed a load. So a flatbed, somewhere I believe in Colorado or Denver. Like I say, this just happened literally yesterday. He like, bro, but we got a whole fleet, bro. He said I could really put you in tune. He said it's mostly dry vans and refrigerators. He said a couple flatbeds. I'm like, you gotta think about it. My hands full, but I don't turn nothing down. What I gotta do now? Go find some more dispatchers. All I need is really two. That's 7 them two extra trucks. I could fumble around with those. It's only one extra truck. I'm sorry. Excuse me on the math. It's only one extra truck. I could take that one, or Caleb could always take the extra one. But whatever. That's why today I talked to another dispatcher that I just brought aboard too. But with them, he just wanted me to. He just wanted one load. But that's nothing too. When you're doing recruiting, marketing, recruit is very important. When you get on the phone, recruit. That's why I was saying earlier. I think I was telling Antonio that you want to know what you're talking about. Like even go do a little research. Like what type of like trailer types. Antonio teach you that, but I would say like more like get to the like brands on top of that. So you can talk like I get on the phone with I wish I had one to talk to right now. I'll let y'all hear I talk to him. You could tell. The Rick, my boy Rick, when he told me when he put me over to his boss that owned the truck company, know what his boss said? This millionaire, $1 million man. He said, man, he said, no way. He said, I'm gonna trust you. He said, you sound confident, bro. He said, Rick, he sounds so confident. He sounds so confident. You know why? Because I know it's possible, And at that point, it was just me and Caleb. But know what I told him? I said it was like a Wednesday-ish. I told him just give me to Monday and we start you fresh, Like I told him I want to plan for this. And that's what I did. Over the weekend, I hired an extra dispatcher. Wow, we got it together. That's very important with that. When you get on the phone with them, how you talking to them to cuff them. I call it cuffing. You cuff them like you cuff your girlfriend, like around the arm. You want to cuff them, put them in a chokehold. You want to cuff them, like honestly. And like I was talking about the dude yesterday. He said the same thing Rick said out of nowhere. We just talking about him, about me getting him loaded. I'm just talking about loads for him. I'm talking about him. He just out of nowhere, man. I got a truck coming. I can put you on to the owner. He said, he real humble and stuff. He looking for more dispatchers. He said because we got a couple independent. You know what? Put me in. That's what we did. Me and him, he put me in a 3-way. We talked. They starting up later on this week. Like I told him, but how I've been taking my fleets now. I only took one fleet whole like that. That was the 8-box truck. I took all of them at once, but now I let them bring them in slowly. Hand me 5 for these couple days. All right, now I got these organized. Hand me another 5. But I just.
Right. So I feel like Quan talking a lot different than a lot of dispatchers talk because, a lot of people can't get clients, but just because he has implemented a great pipeline, it's like you almost got to turn people away or you got to worry about, do you got enough dispatchers?
Bro, I didn't turn so many people away. It's ridiculous, bro. All right, this is when I first started. Like real quick. This let me go to context real quick. But like all these, I stopped saving on the drivers. Now I save them on something else. But like these are all drivers that signed up for me,
right?
And I never used,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And then you see the messages right there. That's somebody. That's another operator right there. This stuff happens all day. And then the phone been over there vibrating. I just not paying attention because I'm doing something else right now. But honestly, it's just you gonna run through a lot of drivers. And then like I say, it's just like it's just like, but like Antonio always say, look how many owner operators out there. Look how many fleets out there. You're going to hit something. That's like that book, Think and Grow Rich. Dude was digging for gold. He was digging for gold. Digging for the ore. I think digging for ore. He couldn't find it. He walked off, and I think someone his dude out of the crew, his brother, son told him, "Come back. Let's try it again." They tried that last time. They struck gold. Struck ore. I'm sorry, I keep saying gold. Struck ore. I think it was ore coming out of that on that book, but it was years ago I read that. But yeah, that's how I feel about it though. Like I keep trying all these trucking companies, trucking companies. you know, on operators, they still trucking companies, and whoever stick, like now, I just basically look at it like throwing tissue on the wall. Whoever stick, they stick. Whoever don't, they don't. Because
Right.
it's
That's a good. Like I said, if they don't stick, they don't. See, that's a good thing too. Way to look at it. See, really, I think Quan has some like really great sales skills, and that's what really got you, where you are now. Because I like that. Like I said, if it don't stick, it don't stick. So that's how it is in business and sales. It's basically like if someone don't sign up with your company or they don't purchase from you, it's like you can't keep thinking about that. You got to be on to the next one. Because remember, thinking about those people that didn't stick is wasting time from you getting to the next people. So it got to be like you just moving straight on,
yeah.
forward movement.
And when you talk to them, you got to be trying to sell fish I mean, sell water to a fish. You just got to convince the fish that his water is dirty and yours is clean, and yours gonna work better for him. you know,
Right, right,
and he gonna take your water. That's how I
right.
look at it. Cause like most of the people I run into, well, no, I'm not gonna say most. It's probably half and half. Half are, well, not probably half. Yeah, probably half. They already got something going on, but it's somehow they dispatch mess up. And that's nothing. Dispatches always messing up on, and when they mess up, that's opportunity for you. I see that a lot since I've been in it. I get a lot of calls for dispatchers messing up. It could be getting somebody stuck somewhere. Like Antonio tell you that don't send nobody across the country. You ain't got no route for them coming back up. That's a lot of deadhead, a lot of waste of fuel.
Right.
But yeah. So with that being said, uh, you just gotta just know what you talking about and just market everything right, bro. Like that's what I've been doing marketing. Like I was telling Tony, I never did no cold calling, and like it's plenty drivers out there. I never did cold calling. Like I that's something I be telling myself every day. I want to do. I just want to do it to see my outcome of it. I don't have time to do it though, because it's always something going on this point. But I think I be having time Sundays, but they close. But I think I'm gonna just take one Monday and like honestly, probably just give my phone to my little sister or something, let her answer it or whatever, and really do cold calling for like 4 hours, bro. Because you know, um, do that cold call and see how it turned out. Because I even be thinking about it, like I like me, I even shoot for the stars. This is a trucking company called PI&I. Are you familiar with them, Antonio?
No, no, I'm not too familiar with them.
P&I, they out of Gary, Indiana. They a flatbed carrier though. They got all black trucks, and they paint they inside of their rims black too. Mostly cover wagons you'll see them with sidekicks. But and mostly black Freightliners, all black Freightliners. But they a big fleet. They a big fleet. They've been in it for 70 plus years. It's a third generation thing. But I wasn't scared. I approached them. I stay approaching them on Facebook because I'm familiar with them. When I used to ride in truck with my daddy all the time, he used to work with Grand Slam at that time, but P&I used to load the same places. I used to like their trucks when I was little. So I reached out to them to a daily. You know what they told me on Facebook earlier? I think it said they gave me a badge. From P&I gave me a badge because I go I go targeting them so much, and I'm not gonna stop until they let me start dispatching some of their trucks. And now I didn't put in my head, if I could do that with P&I could do that with any trucking company that got 20 or less fleets or even 30 or less, because a lot of truck companies too, they nitpick. They sign, they got independent freight dispatchers, they get this person fired, this person fired. So and whoever do the best job, I guess that's who could take over at the end. And that's how I look at it now. I'm shooting for the stars right now. And like I said, I'm shooting for the stars.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm ready to reach out to all of them. But that's really how I scaled it though to where I got it to. Like I said, me and Kayla, it was me and her made that 20,000 in 3 weeks though. Me and Kayla, you gotta look at it too. I got an employee to pay too. You know what I'm saying? So that came out of that. But at the same time, like I tell Tony, I'm taking a sacrifice. I'm taking that sacrifice. I could have probably, if I dropped the drives, I could have probably made that 10,000 profit from just me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, But I said, forget that. Bring Kayla aboard. And like I said, a lot of times she got paid more than 2,000 a week over them 3 weeks because she was doing. It was some points I felt like she was doing more. She was outworking me.
Right,
And
right.
like
I know
I,
that
I
feeling.
gotta pay her for her work because I don't want to lose her. She's worked. She worked. She's very worked.
Yeah, yeah,
So like I said, I started backwards. I took the sacrifice out the gate, and like now I was still sacrificing. I was sacrificing until I get till I scale this business where I want it to be. I take sacrifice all the time. It'd be little stuff I take sacrifice on. I didn't help people out with fuel out of my own money. One guy was trying to get started, and I think he pulled a couple loads for me, and this week parted ways. But he didn't. He wanted to know that I offer fuel cards. I told him no, I don't offer fuel cards. But I say, bro, if you were like in a real situation, you don't have fuel. As long as you go run, I put some fuel in your truck, until you get a little check. And I did that. Gave him fuel, a couple $100, like $300-400. Um, and I think he pulled with me. Yeah, he pulled. Yeah, like I said, he pulled a couple lows with it. Like I made it back in lows. It kind of balanced out. I made it
right,
back in
right.
lows, but I ain't really make none off of them. But it's all type of little stuff I do like that for drivers. Oh, this is a good one. I had a driver broke down probably like 2 weeks ago. He wasn't too far from me either. He was probably about 40 minutes out. I went and attended to him. I went and attended to him. I mean, I couldn't. Yeah, I don't know how to work. I mean, I know how to grease trucks, put grease on them, but you better not let me get under your engine. You'll really have a problem. So I went out and actually sat there and aided and assisted him. It was more just to be there with him and help with phone calls. And the only reason I did that because that's the same thing with the 24/7 hour assistance. We give. I went out and man, that man loved me to death for that. He loved me for the death for that. They had to. He had an international truck. His son was wrong. They had to. Yeah, his starter went out, and then when they put the new one in, they had to pull something they call pull starter. And so I was out there. I'm talking about this is on a Sunday. I'm off, like one of my only days off. Well, I relax, kind of relax. I still market on Sundays, but I just kind of relax though. Prepare for Monday, and I was out there the whole day with him. I'm talking like 8 hours, about 8 hours with him, like from sun up to like dawn. So yeah, that's nothing. Just I'll say just that's nothing that I did it with. Like you could see how I pay attention to my drivers. Like I treat them with care. I want to say, I treat them with care, and like I say, the ones that I could deal with, they stick, and the ones that I can't, cause like, and I'm not gonna say all the time is their reason that they walk. Like a lot of them walked off, and some reason I walked off from them, cause like I said, certain situations, if I can't, like Antonio said earlier, why go chase $5 when you could got 100 easily? You know what I'm saying? Why run across the world for $5 when you got the 100 right next to you? That's how I look at it.
Right, right.
Uh, and that's what I did, and that's I always keep in mind now. And it's just time to grow it. Like it's that time, and it's growing. It's growing fast. It's unbelievable how it's growing to me. It's I still don't believe it. My cash app and Zelle is ridiculous. But
That's what
that's
I'm like.
yeah. But that's
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
honestly even and Venmo. I had to even bring Venmo in there. That's how crazy it get. One thing I hate though is making them invoices. It's very tedious job. And
Yeah,
I do the crazy thing. I let it all pile up to Friday and spend hours and hours making it.
yeah. Do you kind of what I was doing? I kind of make up the invoices as I go. Sometimes. Do you
I
ever
was
do
thinking
that?
about starting that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it get
Right.
overwhelming at the
Put
last
your
minute.
loads on there, and yeah, I know. Yeah, sure. You got
Yeah,
different companies and different drivers, and yeah, I know how
yeah.
that. I know how that goes.
Yeah, and then man,
Definitely.
I be trying to be all tedious with I put the driver name, the company, how many trucks they got, how many days they worked, how many loads they pulled that week. I do the most. I tally up they gross like for the whole week, all that. Yeah, so I think that's another thing too. Some of my company that I probably build, they like how I detail everything for me. So it's no, but I do that so it's no confusion. It's no confusion with this, nothing at all. It's all right here in paper.
Hmm.
And like you always say, I keep my paperwork. It's all on. It's really. I got to get it better. It's all in my Google Docs, but
No, but that's what I was gonna mention. I know I
I
just
should
use
print them
Google
out.
Docs.
Which what you say?
I was gonna mention that I just use like Google Docs or something
Yeah,
like that, something for free. But I like
yeah,
Google Docs just for instance like on my cell phone or wherever laptop wherever I'm working from. I got my work, so you know
yeah.
yeah. I
It's,
like organizing it in the different folders in Google Docs.
yeah, no, it's very that's a very important thing too. I have learned too, when especially when you start dealing with like fleets and stuff. Like you want to be very organized with your drivers and everything, and that's another thing too. That's another thing too. I'm gonna be honest, it was rough too at one point because I had that one week like I couldn't find these the confirmation, the rate confirmations. I couldn't find them for nothing, but I knew these lows was pulled, but they got lost in my email because like my business email so much come through there. It got lost in the email. And Kayla, she couldn't find it because I was overwhelming her. And then I had to put it in my. I mean, now I got to get this stuff organized. It was discombobulated, and once I organized it, it got it smooth selling. Smooth, very smooth selling. That's why, like I said, I jot everything down. Like Antonio said, you want to be like you want to keep everything together. You want to have everything organized. And like he was saying earlier, like how he mapped out his day. He just told me that I'm gonna start doing that. It's something I've been heard of, but it's something something. What he was saying earlier, you hear him, but are you listening? I've been heard that, but
Right,
I
right.
wasn't listening until he just said it. And now that I'm a very busy person now. Like I wasn't this busy a couple months ago at all. Listen, nowhere near this busy. I'm talking about at all. Like playing around with a little landscaping business wasn't making nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, and that wasn't even mine. I was playing around with somebody else. But now I'm busy, so I gotta organize myself. Like map myself out. It's very important.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna be wrapping up here soon, guys. But if you guys want any training, make sure you go to my website, AntoineWest.biz. I dropped it in the chat not too long ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. He just said something very important. He said, "Why you keep saying Antonio? You right?" I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I think Leslie said that earlier. I was gonna say.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I don't know. I think I do that every time we get on the phone too.
Oh yeah, you do.
You probably don't never see. You probably never said nothing.
Yeah, I never said nothing. I got a lot of people that call me Antonio and then Quan. So basically, we spoke on the phone. He scheduled a mentorship call, I think one call. And then the next time I heard from him was like, "Hey Antonio, I done made $20,000 since the last time I talked to you." And I just went with that story, and I just was too busy listening to the story, and I didn't ever stop him. So he still got to call me Antonio, but you
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh my God. I
yeah,
don't know why I always, I've been following you over a year, and I don't know why I always call just. I don't
yeah.
know. It's I guess how I look at it. I don't know.
All right, yeah, I get that a lot. I get
Yeah, I
that a
don't see the
lot.
E. I don't see. I just put an O there because
Yeah,
you. Yeah, that's why you rarely see that, or if I see it spelled with the W. Yeah,
right.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know what. Wow,
Nah,
wow.
yeah, no
Thank
problem,
you for
man.
whoever said that. I really appreciate you.
I just felt a little bit different way. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said they have very successful cold calls. That's I was just talking about that. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, so the thing is with cold calls, I'll put this out here too. This is one thing people don't think about, but like I said, I'm always talking about UVPs. So your UVP, the value that you're offering on a cold call is going to be different. So if you got person A just making a cold call saying, "Hey, I'm Antoine West. I'm a dispatcher, and I can find you the highest paying loads." Or do you already have a dispatcher? Or are you looking for one? So that's one thing, right? But then say person B calls in, hey, I'm Antoine West. I specialize in helping trucking companies increase their revenue. And I can guarantee, and I can guarantee that I can increase your revenue by at least 10%, right? So now if I'm telling the person on the cold call that I guarantee that I can increase your revenue by 10%, so now this is making my cold calls more effectively. more effective because I'm giving out more value and they're listening to me more. They want to hear what I have to say more, right? So one person can be making cold calls all day. See how easy I can fix like just something. I can give you one piece of advice. Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
mentoring with me or whatever, you might just be making cold calls, but I might like listen to what you say. I'm like, hey, switch up what you say a little bit. Say this, and then see how that works out for you. And then once you do that, once you switch it up, you're going to get more people signing up with you, or you're going to get more people saying they're going to give you a call back, or they're going to think about it. So you want to just keep drawing that
yeah.
interest, right?
You definitely right. I'm not gonna say steal. I'm gonna say borrow. A lot of your lingo sometimes, especially that scaling your business. I love that when I'm talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He love it.
That get them.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
They get them. And everybody guys go buck up. You talking about making more money? Who don't want to make more money?
Right, right. And that's what I mean. Like when it comes to rates, everybody just talks about rates, but like I said, there's unlimited ways to make money in any business. So why don't we just think about? And then see, this is how it start going. See, the trucking industry is locked down into just thinking about rates. So that's all we think about. But the more of us start thinking about different ways outside of rates to make more money, we would turn our thoughts in that direction and we'll start getting like more answers if we start thinking about that. But if we don't think about
And
that, we never go get
and
answers.
and know what you said something when we was on the phone. I think that time we had the one-on-one call. You said is the new generation. Another thing too. I think the new generation. I believe the new generation of truckers. They will start understanding that more. What you're saying, but especially the part when you said like advertising on the side of your truck.
Hmm.
Like you say, what's the point of having Quan's trucking on there when I only got
Right,
one truck? When I could have Snyder, or Swift, or whatever, whatever,
right.
high speed logistics, whatever. So, yeah, that's very important. But I think the older, I'm talking about the older generation. I'm just talking off calls. I talk to a lot of older drivers, and they more in their ways. And back in they day when they was doing it, race was way higher. Way higher. The race was good, but like you said, now this new generation. So now I remember my dad used to say that he used to. They also this was probably when Obama was first got in office. He used to always tell me. He used to always come complaining like these people are taking too low rates. Basically like they hauling these cheap loads, and now all the shippers, I guess brokers, whatever, they think they could just throw everybody cheap loads. But what we gotta do, like what would you? It happened already. Like I see a lot of people talking about like just we gotta stop. If y'all stop accepting them cheap loads, they gonna stop giving it to us. Um, no, I mean, but who's going to do that? Like, realistically,
Right.
who's going to stop working
It's
and
not
they
gonna
drive trucks
happen.
and feed their family? Ain't nobody. They gonna take
It's
something.
not gonna all
So
organized that way. Yeah.
yeah, so like you said, now we just got to find some way to capitalize on these low rates, and
Right.
that is one very great idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's an amazing idea to
Yeah.
me.
Yep. And
Uh,
man, I'll say what it is. I mentioned this on videos before. See, you got to really know business, or you got to really think business. So even like big electronic stores like Best Buy, it came a point in time where they started to lose money. Electronics weren't selling for as much as they once did. But you can't just complain about electronics not selling. You got to think of additional ways to
or you want
earn
to,
revenue. So
or you
what
want to go
Best
out of
Buy
business.
started doing, warranties. On all their products, they offer warranties. Really, not trying to protect us from anything or anything
Yeah,
breaking.
and
They
they
want you
warranty is great.
right.
Another thing too, they do too. Not to cut you off, but that
Yes, sir.
receipt thing with the email receipt. A lot of people,
Oh,
even though they email your receipt, they still want the printed receipt. I just had that situation up there. That's why I just said that. But Best Buy, they really don't care. And then they got the membership. Because
yeah.
the members, we could take it up back to 90 days.
Yeah, the membership. I tell you, that's funny. I'm in a membership right now for something at Best Buy, the Geek Squad or something. But see how they added the Geek Squad. They fixed computers now, right? So what happened is their profit probably started going down, and then they start thinking of ideas to make more money, right?
Right.
Same happened in the car dealership industry, right? it was a time years ago that profits start going down in car sales, right? And they started adding additional services without us, the consumers, really thinking about it. But they started adding, warranty programs, tire and wheel packages, right? Probably oil change programs, all these different programs, to in-house financing, service repairs. They start adding all these different programs. But see, the thing is, with trucking, we're just thinking about trucking and just thinking about rates. When, what if it's like you said, that idea I had was a good idea. But what if it's like five or 10 ideas we could say right now that would be
On top of
good
that,
for the trucking industry, and we don't got to depend on rates to make this extra money. You see what I'm saying? And then once we start thinking in that way in that direction, you just think of idea after idea after idea. But if you don't ever start thinking in that direction, you're going to be sitting around thinking about, oh, how were rates this week, or I hope rates go
yeah,
up, or just
you
wasting
sitting crying
time.
about rates. That's
Yeah,
yeah. I hate when they sit and cry about rates. And like I say, it's even now they say the rates are bad. Uh, I just a lot of times I tell them your dispatch is not telling you the right advice because the person I
right,
learned dispatching from,
right,
he showed us the regions, and
right. Yeah,
if I always come to the phone tell drivers like if you want to run certain places, that's just your truck. I can run you there, but it's no guarantee that I can make you this type of money.
right,
You
right,
know
right.
what I'm saying? Because you showed us where to go. You showed us the regions. We got a whole map of it.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
anyone ever forget,
yeah, yeah,
so
man.
yeah,
Yeah, man. I think that honestly about the trucking industry, man, I think people are going to keep talking about like low rates, or we need to come together and stop accepting low rates, or people are going to keep talking about like the FMCSA changing something. I think like I always have pretty good intuition, right? So what I believe is going to happen is people are going to keep talking this way forever and ever and ever and ever, and then one day the trucking industry is going to start waking up and realizing, oh, I can just add these additional ways to make more revenue.
yeah.
And then one day in the future, maybe 5 or 10 years ago, what's going to happen? Everybody in the trucking industry, all owner operators, they're going to be like making revenue in so many different other ways. And what happens in business, once like one person starts catching on to this and they start growing more, like
Then
more
it'd
and
be
more people
normal.
start doing it. And then what happens? The industry is changed. We're not only dependent on rates, right? But it takes like that one person to start saying it and start putting it in people's minds, and then more people start thinking about it, and they start doing it, right? So that's why I say it's funny to me in business. Most of the time, people don't start doing something until they start seeing somebody else doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
definitely. No,
But
no,
then of
definitely.
course, if you're the first one to start doing something, that's when you go make the most amount of money, because you go start attracting the clients. Say if you're a freight dispatcher right now and you got like 5 ideas to add additional revenue, 5 ideas to make like good, perfect sense. Come on. If you got that right now, you don't have to have any prior trucking experience. If you can
No.
think of that like 3, 4, 5 ideas to add extra revenue to a trucking company, you can have $0 in your bank account right now, and I guarantee you can be making $250,000 a year.
Off
I
your
guarantee
idea.
you, it's easy.
Off your idea.
Off the idea, you gotta
Yeah.
have to. So what people don't realize is the internet is free. Making up business accounts on Facebook is free, right? But see, you just need the right idea, and then you get on the internet and you start giving that idea out in videos, and that's going to attract the right clients to you. That's going to attract clients that like that idea. So I'm telling you, in dispatching, you really don't need any money to start, and you can really be broke, and you can start making $250,000, $500,000 out of nowhere, right?
To be
If you
honest, all
just
you need
follow the
is
stuff like Quan, start doing
one
everything,
low
right?
board.
One low board.
You start with DAT, I say, or truck stop,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah. You don't
Yeah.
even need a lot.
Just one low board. That's $180.
Yep, yep,
80
yep.
bucks. And 80 bucks. And like I said, you ain't got to pay nobody to make logos. You could make them yourself. You could just stuff like PixArt. You can pay $10 a month, and you can make good quality stuff. And like I say, it's not how you start. It's how you finish. It's how you it's how you finish. Or how you keep going. I
Yep.
want to say that better. That's better to me. How
Right.
you keep going. It ain't how you start. It's how you keep going. And then your finish results when it's all over, said and done. You know, you will die a living legend.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, cause like this was my original sign, that blue sign right there. But I now I got something more. I just got something more professional, more simple. Another thing too, I really noticed too with flyers and even logos, is more professional, simple. You don't got to say too much. That's another thing too. I used to give it all on the flyers. I mean that's cool and whatever, but I mean like and then like I to me I track a lot of the new generation, old generation they come through, but I track a lot of the new truckers. Like I track a lot of people that like really just getting that MC, some fresh MC, some running under their brothers MC, cousin MC, or whatever. And they waiting on theirs. But I always come in advise them. I say if you really try to make money, bro, you want to get your own MC. But even with them, you know, they don't they not from they just know about they took CD. I look at it like this: they took CDL school and when they got the CDL and they got some money to get them a truck. They don't know about top paying loads, rate negotiation, route planning. 20, you know, they credit. A lot of these guys, I really explain to them factoring all that stuff. But they don't know. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, I'm just talking about with the like towards the flyer things. So it's like if they see something just simple, dispatch, freight dispatching, picture of truck, call with a call, your website, email, probably, you know, some on the side, probably your percentage, you know, whatever. Just something simple though, you know, something simple. I have learned that's better for, in my with my marketing now. They reach out more to the simpler stuff,
Right, right.
like they see. Yeah.
And like I said, the main thing guys want to do is attract clients. You want to have, you don't want to have a business where you're begging and looking for clients.
Nah.
You want people coming to you. You want to be thinking, how am I going to take care of all these people? I need to hire another dispatcher. That's the problem you want. And when you join my courses and training programs, I'm going to teach you to have that problem, right? So you want too many clients. You want to build a pipeline, right? You want to have a pipeline of owner operators coming in. But we're a little bit over 2 hours tonight, but Quan will be coming back more on the channel. I'm going to be kicking off my 6 week workshop program soon. He's going to be coming on there and, giving advice on there sometimes too. And I know he's going to go further and further in his business to have, even more to say. But I thank you guys for coming out tonight. Quan, if you got anything else to say? Anything else to put out there?
No, that's I mean, I think I covered everything of that's about it. All I can really say to end it off is like Antonio said, to start dispatching.
He ain't gonna
First,
stop.
first of all, I want to thank him too. His course is amazing. Antoine, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Antoine,
yeah, you
that's
good.
what I saw your face. Antoine, I'm sorry. It's a habit, bro. It's crazy. I've been calling you that since man over a year now. Even in my head, when I always because I tell a lot of people about you, like 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 before I even brought your course. So yeah, so like Antoine says, like it's very important in this business to stay consistent. The startup doesn't cost it really doesn't cost nothing too much. You could do this work another job. You don't have to jump out the gym. The only reason I jumped out the gym like that, like I told you guys, I wasn't working. I wasn't doing nothing. So I'm like, jump out the gym. I looked at it like this: what you want to do this, or you or you gonna want to go work a job for somebody else? So forget I work my own job, and that's why I did it. Like, um, yeah, it was serious. I even rented a car to go do some traveling, passing out thing. Beside the Cedar Point situation, to passing out, not passing out. I really just stick these around the yard signs. That's what I was doing. But and I'm talking about, man. I went from uh Peoria, Illinois, all the way up towards like Aurora, and that's man. I'm talking about this like 3 4 hours drive. I'm talking about like hitting every truck stop, every truck yard. Like if even nothing to people. I would say too, people look at to them truck yards. Like put your sign outside the truck yard with all them trucks coming out. I got a couple
Yeah.
in the truck yards. Well, not a couple, a few. Like I said, I probably if I did get a call from it, they didn't tell me where the call came from. You know.
Okay, well,
Uh,
did you say you rented a car? You even rented a car to make it happen?
Yeah, I rented the car. Honestly, I rented the car.
Man,
Honestly,
renting the car, man. You might have to go out tomorrow, man. Go ahead and buy you a new car, man. Buy you a
you
car.
know, Antonio is so crazy, man. I don't even think I want him no more, bro.
Okay,
You know, I got to that point in life, bro. It's like,
well, that's good. That's good.
I'm
Yep.
one of I got to one of those points. It's like it's way bigger picture, bro. Like I said, my little brother, he showed me that. My little brother, he showed me that. Like I said, he really with them peoples. Like he stayed for us or whatever. But
Oh yeah,
the
right.
man tell me, he's like, man, what I need a car for?
Oh
What I
yeah,
got to
yeah,
prove?
right, right, right. Yeah,
He
yeah.
like, but nah,
I was gonna
honestly,
say
but
one
and
thing I
I got a car. It's just like I didn't want to take it out, do all the runs I was doing, you know.
oh yeah,
But
yeah, I feel
I
you.
got the place. I don't even want that one. I think I'm about to sell it. Honestly, I want semi trucks. That's all I
Right,
want.
right, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, man. Yeah, shoot. Get if you want you a car, you want to get some semi trucks, man. You just gotta show them
Yeah,
the
no,
Cash App, man. Just show them the Cash App or the PayPal, man. They'll be like, yeah, this guy got it.
yeah,
Let them walk
yeah,
right off. Trust me, man. I know from experience, man. It changed your whole life up, man. They ain't gonna play around with you when you go in
right, yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah. I know. Like when it been doing so, when it been doing, it no so crazy. Honestly, I haven't spent not a dollar of my profits yet.
Right, right, right,
I've been
right.
stacking up. Like I've been really stacking up. I'm strictly on that. Don't I'm not playing about that. Cause like I said, I've been in my life. I didn't saw a good caught. I didn't see 100,000 before. Like honestly, my father died, but like
Yeah.
I say, so it's not like nothing new to me. But now it's just like I got a different goal with it. You know?
Right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I got a completely different goal with it. She say, yo, she's funny. She say your name is Money Maker Antonio now instead
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Antoine.
yeah. Antonio, not even Antoine, huh?
Yeah, yeah, but that's it to close it out though. I just want
Yeah, yeah.
to everybody like please like anybody that want to get in dispatch, if you haven't took Antoine's West course, please go to take his course. It's very no, honestly, in my head, I thought I could go around, not like you said, not paying for it, but I wasn't getting the information I needed, and I knew that. Through like I was, like I said, I've been listening. I brought the course. I forget, it was like right when summer started popping up, but um, I actually been watching him like a year before that. You know, I've been watching him a year before that, like in other dispatches. But yeah, just stay consistent. And if you want, if that's what you is dispatching what you want to do, it's easy. It's a fun job. I could say that it's very fun. At time, the only reason it overwhelmed me now is because, like I said, I'm taking on the big thing right now. You know, I'm outdoing myself, but I know I could do it. It's possible. You know, Michael Jordan did it, Kobe did it. You know, all the great athletes did it. I
Yeah,
could do
yeah,
it. You know,
yeah, yeah.
that's how I look at it. But that's all I got to say. That's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. And
Hey, well,
I'm
I thank you for being on the channel tonight. Giving away these gems, letting people know about your experience. I definitely hope to have you back. As you go further and able to give more of your experience. Definitely would love for you to come back
yeah,
and be it.
I
Yeah,
definitely will. And like I said, another thing too that Antonio said that marketing is very key to this thing right now. And I was watching the video with him earlier. It was a little story, a little quick story he put up about the pipeline. It's very important because like he said it earlier. Like I want to dwell on that. Just keep marketing because they go come and go. But and don't nothing too. Don't ever get discouraged when they go. You know, because like what they say when God lets one thing out your life, He's letting something bigger in. That's how I look at it. You know, I almost lost this 20 fleet, and I explained this to Antonio because they is I won't put their business out there ever, but it's just a situation. You know, it's a situation with them. You know, um, but I looked at it like I told myself, if lost them, it's just now I got to go find a 30 50 fleet to replace them in my head to make it better. You know, so just always and then nothing. I always want to grow with your business. I always growing. Like Antonio always and Antoine always say, I'm gonna get that right. Antoine always say, get out your seat. Get out your seat. That's you want to get out your seat. You know, like I said, like the seat now I'm in with all this marketing, I want to get out of it, but I don't feel there's nobody I can trust to do it right now. Like I'm doing. I really have to train a person, like totally train them, just to market how I do it. And you like I got in my head. I know when to shoot and when not to.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. All right. Well, hey, I thank everybody for being on the live. If you guys need anything, go to my website. Look forward to more videos soon. Hey, I hope everybody have a good night. Thanks for being